state and local primary will be taking place. Our Capitol correspondent Jamie DeLine tells us about key races and how to find your polling place to cast your ballot.
On Tuesday, eligible New Yorkers will be able to vote in their party's primary.
We have a closed primary system, which means that you must be enrolled in a particular political party in order to vote in that party's primary elections.
This year, congressional candidates will be running in newly drawn districts. The map was approved back in February after years of redistricting lawsuits.
For the most part, the district lines are more incumbent friendly, friendlier to Democrats and Republicans alike, but there are a few competitive races within the primary, within the parties. And that's really the key to what we need to look at.
One of the biggest races this year is for the 16th Congressional District. Democratic incumbent Jamal Bowman is being challenged by Westchester County Executive George Latimer. And in Central New York, Democratic State Senator John Mannion is running against DeWitt Town Councilor Sarah Clee Hood. Both are vying for Republican incumbent Brandon Williams' seat.
That will be one of the pivotal races in New York where we have an incumbent Republican who was damaged a little bit in the final redistricting, coming out with a more favorable Democratic district. We've got to really look at that district as one that might also weigh in on control of Congress.
State Senate and Assembly races will also be on the ballot. Democrats are looking to keep their supermajority in the legislature. According to Kathleen McGrath, a spokesperson for the State Board of Elections, just over 100,000 New Yorkers voted early in person. She says it varies across the state whether a person has a primary where they live.
So we certainly encourage voters to contact their county board or to use the state board's voter lookup tool where they can see where their polling place is, as well as a sample ballot if they're eligible to vote tomorrow.
Polls open at 6 a.m. and close at 9 p.m. on Tuesday. Reporting in Albany, I'm Jamie DeLine.
And in Oneida County, the only race on the ballot countywide is the Democratic primary for the congressional nomination in New York's 22nd district. That race pits Sarah Clee Hood against John Mannion. Clee Hood is a councilwoman in the Syracuse suburb of DeWitt. She ran for this nomination 2 years ago and lost by 1,200 votes to eventual nominee Francis Knoll. John Mannion is a member of the state Senate representing the 50th district, which includes the western half of the city of Syracuse. Regardless of the outcome of tomorrow's primary, Mannion will be on the ballot in the fall as the working family candidate. The winner of the primary will oppose Republican incumbent Brandon Williams for the congressional seat in November. And in Otsego County, the only candidate's race is the Democratic primary and the 102nd Assembly race. That race encompasses the towns of Cherry Valley, Decatur, Maryland, Middlefield, Otsego, Roseboom, Springfield, Westford, and Worcester. That primary is between Mary Finneran and Janet Tweed. Finneran is an educator who will appear on the ballot on the Working Family Party in the general election. Her primary opponent is Janet Tweed. Tweed is a physical therapist. The winner goes against Republican incumbent Chris Tague this November. Still to come.